What's up, y'all? It's Middleman TV in the building. Sorry I was not able to go live yesterday and give y'all the live reaction of Vasily Lomachenko versus George Kambosos, but I'm gonna give y'all the post-fight reaction, man. And where do I start, man? It was a very dominating performance. You know, a lot of people who I know that really liked Lomachenko, they didn't know what he had left. They didn't know if this would be his last fight. You know, like a lot of people were saying, like, if he doesn't dominate, this will be his last fight of his career. Considering he coming off a very controversial loss to Devin Haney, he looked very depressed after that. Looked like he needed to take some time off. Well, from start to finish, he dominated George Kambosos. I mean, he was on cruise control the entire fight, basically doing whatever he wanted. He looked super comfortable in there. And George Kambosos was just in there with a guy who's a first ballot Hall of Famer, completely outmatched. And George was just trying to survive, man. And Vasily Lomachenko, being a small man, being much smaller than George, and being able to will his power, and eventually stop him in round 11 with a body shot. Dropped him the first time with a body shot, then dropped him a second time with the same body shot. Vasily Lomachenko fought a flawless fight last night, I have to be honest. It was one of the better performances I've seen of him in recent days. But we can't give too much credit here, in my opinion, because George Kambosos is not that good. I thought he looked miserable in his last fight against Maxie Hughes. I thought Maxie Hughes won that fight. They robbed him. So I don't know how much to take from this win from Vasily Lomachenko. But I like Vasily Lomachenko. So I'm happy for the guy. He is now the IBF 135-pound champion of the world. And, hey, man, what happens next? Does he fight Gervonta Davis next? Does he fight Shakur Stevenson next? I promise you, after a dominating, because I promise you, he won all 11 rounds. I had it 11 rounds to 0 when the fight was stopped. I don't know. Lomachenko dominated, man. I think he might be able to hang with all these guys, you know. I'd love to see him versus Tank. I think that'd be a great fight, you know. I'm not going to keep using age as an excuse for the guy because he looks tremendous. Vasily Lomachenko, man, showing y'all that he is still one of the better fighters out there and showing it in dominating fashion. As for George Kambosos, I don't know where you go from here, man. You're kind of in the same boat, in my opinion, as Rolly Romero. You were never that good. You got a couple opportunities. Hey, Rolly Romero versus George Kambosos 2025.